See a whole nother summer and it feel good. Stop now, top down through the neighborhood. Let the wind blow, open up the window. That girl is poison like Belle Biv DeVoe.
This is the NFL on EA Sports. AFC West. It's Derek Carr and the Raiders tackling Alex Smith and the Chiefs.
All right, Larry, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. Bitter rivals going back to their AFL days in the 1960s. The Chiefs and Raiders are underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll bring up second down.
Is that not the very definition of a tough yard gained?
Now, is that one where as the receiver you go to your quarterback and say, why'd you even throw that?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you wonder what type of a route are you going to send me on that only 1 yard's going to be the result? If I'm going to go in there and take contact, let's go ahead and get something out of it, not just 1 yard.
Here's Smith now on second down. They'll go screen here to Hunt, and he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Now, that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. A big play on third down for the Chiefs. 43 yards. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. So the ball that time in the hands of who wound up being the NFL's rushing leader this season. Now, maybe a little help from Le'Veon Bell and also Todd Gurley sitting out their finales, but still a spectacular season for Hunt.
You got to throw cold water on the man, just like that.
I said a spectacular season for Kareem Hunt.
Okay, let's accentuate the positive. A third-round rookie out of Toledo led the league in rushing as a rookie. That is cause for celebration, not just in Kansas City, but across the league when you see these guys get their opportunity. And not only did he run it well, he caught it well, and he sparked Kansas City to a 5-0 start to the season and eventually to the playoffs.
Yeah, bright future for him. Total yardage on the ground, 1327, and 11 total touchdowns for Hunt this year. See if they stay on the ground for second down. And they're definitely showing blitz here. Here's Smith. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. From the gun on third down, Smith trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Khalil Mack. He's at the 50, 30, the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, it was third down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Now it's Smith. Buying time to his left. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
He was trying to hit Jameis Olawale that time. That'll bring up second down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Amari Cooper, 28 yards. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Out to kick is Janikowski. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Back onto the field come the Kansas City Chiefs. As they look back to this last year, disappointment ultimately in how the season ended, Charles, no doubt. It was a weird year, though. The great start, the weird middle, and then the strong end.
And every team in the NFL documents their season with a year-end, video, movie about the season. This is going to be a tale of 3 seasons for the Kansas City Chiefs, isn't it?
Yeah.
How about the start? Remember opening night in Foxborough, beating the defending Super Bowl champs? I mean, they went on the road and took out the Patriots with Tom Brady, and that got them up to a 5-0 start. And then they hit the middle section.
Yeah, that 1-6 stretch.
I mean, that was a tough one. It was hard to believe because we watched it unfold, but we kept saying, they'll get it back together. And they did. Down the stretch, 4-0. Winning by almost an average of 12 points per game that propelled them to the AFC West title. 4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
Well, before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Derek Johnson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. After the interception, here's Smith. He's got the hook up with Conley. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down. Smith going to give this one to Hunt. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Eddie Vanderdoes Able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. Third and long, it's Smith. And able to find Conley. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Smith with a give to Hunt. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They complete it to Hill. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A Kansas City first down. Smith finding Hill that time. On first down, Smith eluding the pressure right. On the run. Oh, wide open. Complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great play there. 53 yards. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. And that one makes it 14-7. Butker now to kick this one away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back to the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles, the backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game, not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
Carr to throw on second down. Being chased out left. His throw incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time to make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Third down and 12. Throwing his Carr on third down. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Tomahali in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year. They totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head, walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but third MVP this past season. And what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
And we all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999 where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now Smith, flushed out right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by David Amerson. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
They'll run with Lynch. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw with Carr. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Carr now to throw, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Michael Crabtree as the first half is winding down, and the Raiders add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to go deep for Conley. And this will be caught at the 30. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
So we've hit intermission. It's half. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And the play clock's running down. Now Carr rolling to his left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
From the gun now on third down, Carr. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Derek Johnson in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to fourth down. Here we go on fourth down with Carr. Steps away to his left. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Tomahali in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll run it here with Hunt. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Escaping the pressure, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by David Amerson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Play clock winding down. They run again on first down, Lynch. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Michael Crabtree, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Smith on third down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They go play action here on first down. He'll buy some time right. Gonna look deep for Wilson. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They go play action to Hunt. Now Smith. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Eddie Vanderdoes in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And they'll get to this and down it inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On first down, Carr. Forced out to his left. And he's got some space here. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on fourth down, a change of possession anyway.
Now I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Second and 5.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. Eluding the pressure right. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Amari Cooper, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the silver and black continue to roll. And he'll bang that one through. Out to kick is Janikowski. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read. Better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage. This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And the D looking like they may blitz. First down, the run with Lynch. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock. Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
Here's Carr to throw. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest, you can draft the most athletic guys, but if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll run for it. Lynch. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Give him 9 on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. They'll need to get the play off quickly. To throw, it's Carr. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Justin Houston in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Now Carr throwing on second down. Dancing to his left. And he's going to go down again. Chris Jones in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
We've seen this offense go for it on 4th down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
They certainly wouldn't. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a front handshake.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Here's Smith now on second down. And the pressure gets to him again. Khalil Mack in there to drop him for the 2nd straight play. They may want to block him on 3rd down. Smith now throwing on 3rd and long. Flush to his right. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there. Hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now, to put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Carr going to look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Carr now on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Cooper again the target, and that'll bring up second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now he'll throw deep left side. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Cooper again the target, and it's third down.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5. That's a whale of a game. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this one incomplete. Well, apparently taking a knee is not in vogue.
That's it, baby. That's it. That's it. Big hit.